And we've only really had three main questions pop up, and so I'm going to hit those and spur you guys to discussion on the forum if you want, or hit me with any questions and I'll make another video for you. So the first one is kind of what was the point? Like what's our focus for any type of cycle? So cool thing about CrossFit is there is no cycle. So we kind of had some cycles, whether usually when it pertained to weightlifting, or if we were trying to focus on something that we had not done in a while, for instance, gymnastics. Now, CrossFit does have a fitness pyramid, and so we do generally follow that pyramid. But some of you, if you look at like how they program or what goes on, so basically there are 3 days on, 1 day off, and they run through these three types of movements and they put them in this type of priority or work structure. So it can be pretty much anything. But the idea is to get you tired, both endurance. So like the other day we had a 10K or a 15K day. This coming Thursday, I think we have a lift day. So it's going to be tired lifting. So you'll be tired in a different way. And today's workout was a fast burner, which made you gas at the end, right? And I think the next one coming up is Fight Gone Bad, which is, I don't know, something like 20 something minutes maybe. I forgot. But anyway, the idea is to get you tired in various ways, and not just tired, but to have you express your fitness, both endurance, strength, power, accuracy, balance, all those things. So that's the goal, is to help you be fit over the long haul so that you're healthy, and if you were to get sick, you have to pass through health because you're fit, and that's a buffer against, dropping down into the I gotta go to the hospital. So one thing I had mentioned was neurological adaptation. So I'll link this right here, but you can read this article, and it comes from another article that I'd already linked, just, why do we do this? So the skills that we learn in here, why do we have days where we need to practice stuff is really the question. And that's because you want to become better at, and not just in a workout moving through. So let's see, we did rope climb day, or not day, but rope climb, and then we also have the clean and jerk. No, it's just split jerks coming up. And for a lot of us, there'll be a lot of technique work because that's all we're doing. So it's going to be heavy-ish because you got to do three of them. So it's not one, but it's three. But you're going to take a lot of time between those lifts, and you're going to do a lot of fine tuning. So this should be an opportunity to really work on the movement so that when you get into a workout that has that movement, you will have the skill set for it. So you'll be able to do a heavier loading. And you can read through this article. It was already posted before, skills you're ignoring. And then if you click on this foundations, you can read through and see just, CrossFit, hey, what are we doing? Why are we doing this? And a big thing that they really push is this neurological adaptation. And so there's a lot of things that they'll say adaptation-wise. But here it's basically your brain and nervous system getting together to create some cool responses. And in this case, hormonal in terms of testosterone or HGH. So it's a great health endeavor, pushing through CrossFit. Anyway, you could read through this article. Like I said, I'll link it, functional movements, all this good stuff. The question again was was what about rest days? So CrossFit does do, let me see if I can find the article. So they do a 3 days on, 1 day off. And that's basically because by the third day, you should have hit it really hard and you've earned that rest day. And a lot of building is done in rest. It's just really impossible. We tried this when we started the gym, trying to do a 3 days on, 1 day off, and it was impossible. People's schedules were all over the map, and it wasn't possible to do it corporately and program it, nor individually, because you would skip too many things because your rest day came at different times. And at the time, we weren't open on the weekend at all, so that made it tough as well. But I think actually maybe we had a Saturday class. Maybe we did I don't know. It's been so long. So if you can see, I just pulled this forum post from a long time ago. So back in 2008, they're still discussing, hey, what about 5 days a week? Why is it 3 days on, 2 days off? What about 5 and 2? So my preference, if you could do it, would be a three days on, 1 day off. It's just really hard to do that. So I like the method. I can't do it, but I like the method of 3 days on, 1 day off, 2 days on, 1 day off. That way you're mixing in your rest day rather than doing back to back. You'll find that you're able to push with more intensity because of that rest day. And you can Google different pages, CrossFit, why 3 days on 1 day off, and they'll walk you through it. But it's basically that. It just gives you the ability to rest and push harder because intensity is the key, and they want you to be intense. Now, knowing that intensity is the key, we do have to go back and train some of those skills that we don't have. So yes, we have a new member class with a coach that works with new members, but you can also go to that and get some extra help if there are new members because there's an extra coach there. We also have Coach Aisha doing Olympic lifting that you can jump into anytime in addition to what you're doing. She is great at focusing you in on the skill sets for Olympic lifting. You also can spend some time after or before class to hone anything. I like right now I see Meredith every day doing double unders, working on those. That's great. So honing the skills that you don't have are great because it creates that mental neurological adaptation and allows you then to use that in a workout to push harder, not just the push itself, but that new skill set being utilized on a level that's more, I guess, not thought about. I can't think of the word for it. It's just like second nature. Now, one thing that hadn't been discussed in a while is CrossFit main site has, this is just CrossFit.com right here, they have got videos on pretty much everything, and this is a great way to learn or just read up on articles, but learn some of the stuff before you get to class. So what I'd always suggest is going in, well, actually, you guys may not know this. If you go to our site, you can always see the workout posted. Even if I don't show it to you, it'll always post. I think it posts at 5 o'clock the day before. So you can go in here. The date, this date isn't the important one. It's this one right here. So the 28th. What is it right now? It's only 3:30. So yeah, it hasn't posted yet. But you can click on these and go through and look at the workout. And you can always look at this and filter through previous or ones coming up. But look at the workout and then come to CrossFit.com and do some research. That way, for example, when we've got the split cleans coming up, you would go in here and actually look. Let's see if I can type something in here. You can also just go to YouTube and type in, actually let me do that so I can show you. So you just go YouTube and type in CrossFit split, we have split jerk, that's what we were doing. And you get a whole bunch of stuff in there, and you can't go wrong. Now, some of the things, like with Bergener, he curses a lot, so just be careful. Don't listen to it with kids around. I don't know why he does. It's just what they do out in California. I guess they curse a lot. I don't know. Or the garage or gym he was in. But you can, this is the CrossFit main sites one, so you could just pound through these and see what's going on and get an idea of what we should be looking at. There's also some great warm-ups that you can do, and other things. Actually, someone else mentioned ROMWOD, so that's actually really cool stuff, Cross. Let's do ROMWOD. So that's Kelly Starrett or Starrett or Starrett. I don't know. But let's see, that didn't come up really good. Let me just go So here's ROMWOD. It's all about stretching. This is really good stuff to keep you mobile. So that's a very awkward picture. So I'm going to move off that picture and go somewhere else. But so I had a buddy, another owner, who said instead of doing what everyone else was doing several years ago, which is trying to go heavy on the strength cycle, he went heavy on, or stopped that and went heavy on the flexibility cycle. So he basically added 20 to 30 minutes of stretching to every class. So he shortened a lot of stuff, but he put a focus on stretching, and because he had read that by simply focusing on stretching, you can get an average of 20% increase in your lifts and your metcons. And he's like, no, I don't believe it. So he did, and sure enough, across the board, there was an average of 20% increase in lifts and metcon times or rounds or whatever, simply by being more flexible. And that's the big key for mobility. So lacrosse ball into your rear or roll on a pipe or whatever. But so these are some of the key concepts. And again, for the workouts themselves, we're just following along in CrossFit. The things we can't do, let me find actually workout of the day. So you can just go through these. We're back in history, so you'll have to go and actually look up the date that we're on. But, subtract out the rest days, because obviously we'll program something anyway. And if there's something like swim or go ride a horse, we obviously don't have those. So we might. I guess someone could donate it. A long time ago when I lived in the Woodlands, we actually had everyone come out to, those that wanted to come out to the Woodlands to do some swimming. And man, when was that? I think it was a cold day, so it must have been just when the pool opened up. But Man, was that in Woodlands or was it the park? I don't know. Anyway, we did use somebody's pool, and not many people surprisingly showed up because it was actually too cold that crazy morning. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this. If you have questions, let me know, and I will do my best to dig deep and give you specific answers, but also give the general answers to everyone else that wants to know it. My goal isn't just to get you guys fit, but also is to educate you guys so you know why we're doing what we're doing and why it works. So, I mean, easy stuff you can type in here like, let's see, key to CrossFit, and you can just read these, but there's not really a secret. It's listen to your coach, work on things, push with intensity, and don't be dumb. Probably the biggest thing about not hurting yourself and being dumb is go for a long time horizon. Don't try to get a muscle up in one day, but rather follow the proper sequence to work on progressions to get there. Don't try to lift things heavy. Like, don't go for a PR on your second week on the deadlift because you'll probably mess your back up. But instead, take some time. So what if it takes 3 months for you to finally do a 1 rep max? That's fine. We're not rushing anything. We do like to see improvement, but we want to see safe improvement. So anyway, thanks again, guys, for being part of the garage. You guys are awesome, and I've really enjoyed working with you guys over the past year. Some of you guys have been here since, well, Wodify says since 2015, but really I know that's just when we started using, not 15, 2013. That's when we started using Wodify. But, folks like Donovan, Jamie, Nicole, Brandon, I mean, it's probably going on 9-ish, 10 years. Anyway, thanks again, guys. Fitness is there. Simply coming in, working out, listening to the coach, listening to your body will be a great recipe for success. Working on the things that you hate, running or lifting, because I know there's both types of people, and staying mobile. All right, guys, take care.